Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, a happy Sunday to you all. Hopefully, you are enjoying your weekends, or if you're watching this at any other point in the week, hope you're having a great day. Nonetheless, let me move my microphone here because my OCD is yelling at me. It is another Sunday, and that means we have our next on and off album to get to, and this is the big one. Their first studio length album, On and Off, my name. Oh my goodness, I'm very excited to check this one out because, well, this has a very iconic title track in Beautiful Beautiful. And boy, let me tell you, first time I heard it on the title track marathon was nuts. It was nuts. I had so much fun with it. And, well, I'm ready to have some more fun with it once again. But, of course, we have well, technically, the album is 11 tracks long, although we have an English remake of Beautiful Beautiful, which we won't listen to because we don't do language remakes, unless they're in like a really obscure language. Having said that, there is a CD-only track that someone has ripped and posted onto YouTube, so we'll tack that on at the end as well, just for the sake of it. And yeah, everything else is the usual spread. I think well, My Name Is, the pre-release has an MV, clearly. There's a self-cam for Interlude on You, and a special MV for TripAdvisor. Everything else will use the, actually, it's only 5 songs, so we've got, yeah, so we got those 5. The other 5 on the album, we'll just use the YouTube music upload, and then for Lights On, we'll use the CD rip that someone posted. So, let's jump into it, shall we? Here we go! I have had quite a busy morning and afternoon, and I am very happy to be able to just kind of kick back and relax. And I know I forget what your username was, but um, you've mentioned the geometry shirt. I don't know why I end up wearing this on Sundays. It's not like a Sunday shirt or anything like that. It just happened to be front and center of my closet again. But you know what? On and Off is getting the geometry shirt once again. It just happened to be that way. But you know what? That aside, this is again a very long album, so grab a snack, grab a drink, find someplace comfortable, or if I'm accompanying you on your busy workday just in your ears or something like that, then cheers to a great adventure ahead for us. I may take a couple breaks in between to just stock up on water and stuff. So, let's get it started, shall we? Track number 1, the title track, Beautiful, Beautiful. And lyrics by Hwang Hyun and Wyatt, composition and arrangement by Hwang Hyun. I haven't seen the MV since we did the MV marathon almost 2 months ago, so I'm very excited for this. Actually, it might be over 2 months ago now. Oh my. Anyways, here we go! I feel like I need to stand up for this. It feels really refreshing having such an unashamedly bright song like this after what felt like a long block of pretty heavy stuff. Like, We Must Love into Y into Scumbit Swimming. They aren't like the brightest songs in the world, so to get that brightness back feels very refreshing. I'm beautiful. So many vocal harmonies in there. It's such a rich vocal line. God. And it's like, you don't really notice because I think a lot of times you're singing along to that hook for so long that the vocal harmonies are still continuing through that main hook. And that pairing of Wyatt into You, their deliveries are so different. like their tone is different, their delivery is different, the attitude is different, and it's so cool that contrast it creates. And of course, we'll check back in with that set in about 5 minutes' time for My Name Is, right? And that harmony, it just develops out of nowhere, and it's so nice. Oh, it never gets old. It never gets old. Wait for it.
Beautiful.
God damn, that song is so good. It's so okay. I gotta relax. I gotta relax. Bring the heart rate down. Bring it down for a second. It's so fun. It's so fun. It's such a magical song. Like, don't get me wrong. I love the on and off title tracks. And there's certain ones that have a lot more power over me as like me at finding out about on and off and my adventures through figuring out on and off. Your song will probably forever be my top pick when it comes to on and off titles, just because of like how memorable it was when I first found it, and that was like the catalyst of me finding out about this group. But beautiful, beautiful. When it comes to the fun factor in K-pop songs, for me, there are not many that beat this. Like, in the entirety of the K-pop world that I've been able to listen to and experience, in terms of the fun factor when it comes to title tracks, Beautiful, Beautiful for boy groups is like, it might be King of the Hill. There's some other like really kind of cutesy fun, like Billy's Pop Bingsu, the Yoon Jong Shin song. That's always just so fun. Every time it pops up on my Spotify shuffle, I'm just walking around town, doing the choreo, with a big ass smile on my face. Beautiful, beautiful. I have to get involved with this song. I just have to. It feels like a disservice to not get involved with this song whenever it pops up. And to be fair, I do go and like and search for this song on the daily almost. If there's ever an on and off song that pops up on my Spotify shuffle, I will go out of my way to queue up Beautiful, Beautiful to just add it to the playlist or add it to the queue. And it's like, with good reason. And it's so good. And it looks like the general public felt that way as well because, well, this got on and off their first music show win. Shout out. And I also saw there was who was it? Humbin? Zero Base One did this, performed Beautiful Beautiful on his kind of like Boys Planet introduction, or like placement auditions, which is super cool. I didn't know that. I didn't watch Boys Planet, so I didn't know that, but hell yeah. Hell yeah. Humbin and Jung Ho, they're like the biggest, unashamedly biggest like multis in K-pop, I feel like right now, or at least some of them. They're also big Insomnia's Dreamcatcher fans, so they also play a little like play into my soft spot in my heart. But the fact that he also chose Beautiful Beautiful as his audition song, hell yeah. Shout out Humbin one day. Right. We continue to track number 2, the pre-release, My Name Is. Now, when we were doing the title track stuff, y'all mentioned that I should watch this to learn their names. I did watch this before the Nagoya show. In fact, I watched it on the train down to Nagoya. But they also performed this live. Admittedly, this is now outdated because both, well, back then, JS and MK are now going by Sungjin and Minkyun now. So the words are going to be a little bit outdated in the MV version. They updated it for the live show, which was really cool because it didn't really feel like it changed a whole lot. But anyways, My Name Is, track number 2, lyrics by all of the members. Composition, Hwang Hyun and GDLO, GDLO on arrangements. Might I say, this is also one of the smartest things. Like, first studio-length album, pre-release, member introduction song. And it's so cute, too. Like, they could have made something really serious. Nah.
Hello, this is Wyatt. I love
that they bring in the bass from Wyatt too. It's like, yes. And again, vocal harmonies. Even on a cutesy fan song, we get the plentiful vocal harmonies. So what is the story with Sungjun and not liking cucumbers? Is that an inside joke or is that an actual thing? Fashion leader. Yeah. 모든 게 sensation. God, it's so well done. He was singing this right next to us. And Binkyun. And I think the fact that this composition of the song changes for every member and it's got traits of each individual member in the composition is just, it's so smart. No one can stop me except Father Hwang. Shout out Hwang again one time. On and off. My name is on and off. Absolutely adorable. Absolutely adorable. And get one more vocal harmony in there as well. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And it's like, I'm trying to think. There have been groups, well, not many groups actually, that have done kind of member introductions in song form. There have been MVs that have done member introductions. In fact, most recently, Super Junior's Showtime had the entire bridge section, the MV was member introductions, kind of like bring them in based off of what subunit they were in. So you had like KRY, you had LSS, you had D&E, and they just kind of appear one by one in their unit form. And it's like, okay, hell yeah, really cool way of introducing the members. But On and Off went the extra mile and made a song about them for brand new fans. And as a pre-release, like there's really no better way to introduce yourself than this. And honestly, this song has actually been like pivotal in trying to figure out who's who for me. And after watching this on the train, that I realized that Ishin actually had a YouTube show with Cheon, Yi Cheon, formerly of I.I.L.U and also Itzy Cheon's sister. They had like a gosh, I forgot what the premise of that show was, but I remember when it got announced. I don't think I really ever watched it, but it just reminded me of that. I was like, oh, maybe I did know Ishin from a little while ago. But like, it's a really cute song, yes, but it's also so smart. It's unbelievably smartly done, well done. The fact that all their members, and I'm not really like well versed in their reality and like variety stuff yet, but the fact that they didn't just half-ass member introduction. It wasn't just okay. Hey, here's who we are. We're just gonna sing about ourselves and that's it. No, the music side also resembles who is who, and it's not just who is who, but it also maintains that kind of cohesive song element to it, and it makes one listening to it extremely easy, two listening to extremely fun, and three extremely easy to remember stuff. So good. So good. Alright. We gotta keep her moving one time. Actually, hold on. I have to pull up the units because I don't actually know who's in on team and who's in off team apart from leaders. So, K profiles, can you load please? So we're starting with on team for Thermometer. So that's what, Hyojin, Ishin, and Minghyun. Oh, interesting. I was gonna say, like, this is a pretty I mean, specializes in vocals, but it's not like the other side is like lacking vocally either, which is crazy to think about for On and Off. But On and Off's first unit song, Thermometer for On Team. Lyrics by Yi Ju-hyung of Monotree. Composition Yi Ju-hyung, Nobody, Kim Hae-ron, with Yi Ju-hyung and Nobody from Monotree on arrangement. So no Hwang-hyun this time around. Alright, here we go.
더운 것 같아 나만 손에
Is it a song in three?
것 같아
1, 2, 3,
그래
1, 2, 3.
나만 요리는 건 아닐까 자꾸 이 말만 전한 그댈 모르게 맞추고 싶어
Wow. Oh, it's got... Hold on a second. I'm gonna let the chorus finish first. Focus. Aussie with it. Man, it's got like R&B flavors everywhere. It's so smooth. It's so mellow. 전혀 내 눈빛을 모르나 봐 그래 너만 요리는 건 아닌데 왜 내 맘 점점 올라 그대 모르게 맞추고 싶어 It feels so... I mean, I guess Thermometer makes sense. It's so warm. I guess On Team being vocal unit makes sense. There's so much vocal going on.
언젠가 우리가 태어나도 되면 그때 말할게 이런 내 맘 아직까진
You know what this is? It's almost Christmassy. Like, this feels like the song you would have playing. I'll throw in a keychain one time, but it feels like this is the type of song you would have playing at night, snows like coming down outside, fireplace is cracking in the living room. Crackling in the living room. There's some octave layering going on there. And the synths continuing to do that weird kind of left-right oscillation thing. Wow! That's very pretty. And it's not like a typical kind of on and off ballad either. There's got classiness to it that's really nice to listen to. But yeah, I can't get that image of Christmas out of my mind with this. And I know this wasn't a Christmas release because this was an August album, wasn't it? No, this was a February album. So even farther away from Christmas. February. And it's got this really kind of Christmassy vibe to it. And I guess if it was a standalone single, you could kind of make the excuse that this is a late winter release, but it feels so cozy and inviting and calming. And very warm all at the same time. And it's so pretty. But also, like, vocal team, bring in the vocals. It makes sense. But there's a lot of vocals going on. It almost feels like there's rarely moments in the song where you have one vocalist. Because there's usually either, like, some kind of octave stacking going on, a permanent harmony, a second moving vocal line up top. And that's crazy to think about. As it looks like a fly has made it inside my house. Yeah, I'll leave him be. So, one of the spider bros will find him eventually, probably. But, yeah, that's crazy. I'm trying to equate it to something. It's like, the first verse, all throughout the first verse, my brain was saying, boys to men, but then it wasn't, like, soul-loaded, but it was really smooth. Nice. I feel like you kind of need to be in a certain mood for Thermometer. Like, if I listen to it in about 3 hours' time, like, it's 10 to 5 in the afternoon right now. If I listen to this, say, before I go to bed or after I'm done eating dinner and I'm, like, in my calm mood, oh, I bet this song would hit so hard. Oh! I kind of want to see if anyone's done, like, an acapella cover of this, because that would be really pretty. There's some really tasty chords going on in there as well. Yeah, that's an acapella cover-worthy song right there. Right, we gotta keep her moving, though. Off team! So that leaves, what? Seungjun, Wyatt, and you, right? Yeah, okay. Track number 4, Secret Triangle. Hwang Hyun and Wyatt on lyrics. Hwang Hyun, Yoon Jong-sun on composition, and Yoon Jong-sun on arrangement. Oh, hello EDM. Hold on a second. Buckle up one time. Peak the harmonies. Peak the harmonies again. This unit is actually really cool because you have 3 different vocals covering 3 different vocal ranges. Oh, it's halftime, never mind. That's kind of cool. It's like the pitch on that chorus is literally just done on a dial. It's really snappy though. I kind of hope that the final chorus, they don't go halftime and they maintain this fast beat. Because this speed is really nice. But I guess if it's meant for more performance-oriented song, then it makes sense, right? Hey. I'll have to look up some live stages for this later. It's kind of like 17's performance unit. I can kind of visualize choreo for this, but I want to know what it actually is like.
What should I do?
Oh, why you scared me there, buddy? Oh, hello, hold on a second. Let it chug.
Yes.
Oh, that finish was kind of cool. Wait, hold on a second. Wow. Wait, that was kind of cool. That finish, I think, really made up for it, because the halftime choruses, it's like, okay, get a little bit nasty with the choreo one time, sure, I get that, but from like an EDM standpoint, I wanted that pace to keep going, but admittedly, this was probably made for choreo rather than it being for like just an EDM banger, so I'll let it pass, I'll let it slide, but wow, that finish was cool, and it's like when that bridge ends and there's that kind of brief pause before we start things back up again. I'm so used to listening to songs in the 2-minute ranges nowadays for K-pop that it's just like whenever a song just kind of abruptly ends or prematurely ends at like 2.5 minutes, I just don't blink an eye anymore. Oh god, that's thrown me off a little bit, but that's a cool song. And really, I don't think I've seen many live stages of on and off stuff, so I don't know what their choreos are like, if they use a whole bunch of like background dancers and whatnot, but again, another thing that I'm gonna have to take a little gander at. Oh yeah, vocally though, I was mentioning earlier that Thermometer, or I guess On Team, has your safe to say your 3 treble loaded vocalists, right? Off Team has kind of like a 3-tiered vocal setup. So you have White on bass, you have You in the middle, and then you have Sungjin up top. And it's like their scales kind of overlap with each other, but also their deliveries also like overlap with each other a little bit. So you have low voice, very rap oriented Wyatt. We know he can sing melodically, but on a more upbeat song like this, he's pretty much kind of been relegated to the purely rapping role, although we do get some melodic elements from it. That kind of bridge in between that middle range vocally, and also middle range in terms of how his voice is being utilized. So you have You that does both rapping and vocals, and then you have Sungjin, I guess, and then Jaeus, who's got the high vocals and usually is given like only vocal roles. And the fact that it's like a gradient across the board, across the 3 members, is really cool, because you can do some really seamless transitions between the 3. Cool. Do we get more unit stuff in the future, or is this it? Because I'd be curious to see if there is more. I guess, I mean, we could listen to it again when we do next week, but we won't do that, just because time is a thing. And when we do the repackage, we'll just do the new tracks. So, but let's keep her moving. Track number 5, The Realist. Across the board, lyrics, composition, arrangement, all by I.T.I.L.U. Here we go. Oh, we're cooking a little bit. If you know me, you know how much of a sucker I am for a good kind of retro cyberpunk synthes. Retro cyberpunky synth pop song. Cool filtering. Again, that whole contrast. Super high filter vocal, super low vocal. Like, this very much has your kind of 1980s futuristic movie, action movie chase scene vibe, right? Urban setting, like futuristic lights flashing by, maybe like a flying car type of chase scene. This kind of filtered high vocal, it's almost enchanting a little bit. Like, it really sucks me in when I'm listening to it. And the pacing of it is just peak. It's exactly what you want from a song of this nature. Wow, that vocal section, it's like you got unison and separated harmonies all in one. I hear your guitar in the background. What? What just happened? Uh-huh. Okay, what just happened? Those last 30 seconds just I blacked out. What? Huh? Is that supposed to happen? Okay, wait, that's kind of neat, but also, what? I guess, wait, this was, what, February 21? So I guess the mid-song genre switch was not, like, a new thing at this time in the K-pop scene. Because 2021, February. When was OO? I'm trying to think. There have been a few girl group songs that have had mid-song genre switches, and I guess boy group songs as well. Like Super Junior's House Party had a huge mid-song genre switch. aespa's Next Level, NMIX's OO and Dice. Anyways, the mid-song genre switch was definitely a kind of more utilized composition style in like the early 2020s. Which feels weird to say considering we're still in 2024 and it technically is in the first half of the decade still. But you get my point. Like 2020, 2021, 2022 saw a lot of songs with that mid-song genre switch. I didn't think the Realist would kind of have an outro that's just entirely detached from the song, and that's blown my mind a little bit. And interestingly, once we got into that final chorus and that beat was just go, 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 I was thinking, this is going on for a really long time. I wonder how they're going to cap it off. With a song like this, I can almost imagine it being one of those songs where there is no real definitive ending. It just continues, but the song eventually just fades away. That's happened a couple times already this year, and I feel like is, again, a composition style that K-pop doesn't really use a whole lot, if at all, that kind of perpetual ending with the fade out. I was imagining the Realist would end that way, just because that beat was going for so long, and all of a sudden, boom, okay, we cut it off, okay, we're done. Psych! Go almost like loungy with the finish, and it's like, wait a minute, wait a minute. Funnily, with the Realist though, like when it that cyberpunky, retro futuristic cyberpunky synth pop song, there's not a precedent for me, but there's like a category of songs of that nature that really work for me. And in comparison to the songs on that list, the Realist is actually a surprisingly calm song. Like, not calm in that it's like slow and gentle, but calm in that it doesn't have like the biggest growths and swells and releases in the world. Like, once that beat goes, it's pretty flat, all things considered. It doesn't grow a whole lot, but it also doesn't shrink away a whole lot in comparison to like the other songs of this category, which is really interesting to me. Like, whenever I hear a song like this, I'm thinking pretty big, punchy, heavy chorus releases and things like that, but it doesn't really utilize that. Interesting. Very long song, though. I'm obviously not going to complain about that. But track number 6, On You, the interlude. This had a self-cam on part of their like Lights On behind the scenes series, which also made finding track 11 on this album very difficult because the CD exclusive track is called Lights On and the series is called Lights On. Anyways, the self-cam for the interlude, lyrics, where's the lyrics tab? There it is. Lyrics by Hwang Hyun and Inner Child of Mono Tree, composition Inner Child and Hwang Hyun of Mono Tree with Hey Farmer from Prism Filter, and arranged by Hey Farmer of Prism Filter and Hwang Hyun of Mono Tree. Cool. We going kind of cutesy with this? Hold on a second. It's cutesy, but it's got the EDM synths. Okay. Wait, this is really good. Wait, why am I really liking this? It's like they've taken the cutesiness of My Name Is with the digital side of Beautiful Beautiful. Yeah, it's almost like My Name Is 2.0. And like the pacing of it, the cutesiness of it. But also this melody is terrific. Oh, it goes an extra little bit dreamier. Ooh! Hyojin. Vocalist Wyatt. Hi, sir. Oh, little gang vocal section to finish. Wait, why did I really enjoy that? Or do I get behind the scenes?
Okay.
Nailed it.
Okay.
I believe. I believe.
Okay.
Oh my god. This is my favorite. Whenever we get these self-made MVs, getting the behind the scenes is always adorable. You know what it's like, I love self-made MVs like that because it's they don't take themselves seriously, and yet they make it a fun time, and they give the song the justice that it deserves. And being a Dreamcatcher ult, usually I feel like during the Dystopia series, we got like not fan made MVs, self-made MVs for the likes of like Poison Love, where everyone loves Handong, including Handong herself, or Break the Wall. Like the self-made MVs and stuff are always terrific because it really just showcases how much they love doing what they do. And usually the songs that get these self-made MVs are really good. And On You is no exception. That song is terrific. It's so unashamedly fun and cutesy. And it's almost like jokingly cute. And it's just so much fun. And I don't know what it is about like the cutesy songs on this album. So like My Name Is and On You are like, if I have to choose B-sides of the album right now, they are my top two. It's gonna take a pretty big song to dethrone Beautiful Beautiful at this point, but like putting that aside, yeah, there's just something about cutesy pop music that just works for me, and how On and Off do it really plays into my hand. Whoa, that was actually a really good song. I'm gonna go listen to that again later. Wow. Okay, but let's keep moving because I don't want to keep you all for like 3.5 hours at this rate. Track number 7, TripAdvisor, which is definitely a website I spent like 2 hours on earlier today. But anyways, lyrics by Hwanghyun Jihai of Monotree with Wyatt and MK. Composition Hwanghyun Jihai and DK Chu of Monotree. Same on arrangement. So we've got a Jihai involvement now. Okay, here we go. 눈을 떠보니 12시네 어디로 갈지 고민하다 아참 갈 수가 없었지 내 기분을 아주 막막해 그러다 손에 댄스 my phone need $2 you can shout 뭐가 병드가 안 그래도 만나는데 편하게 가볼게 여기 뭐가 없네 goodbye I love the fact that it's so very clearly obvious that everything is green screen. Because this is like peak lockdown still, right? February 21. It's like the tail end of lockdown 1. This is an extremely tastefully done song. It's very complex. Wow, it's extremely complex. Does this have captions? No, it doesn't. It's like, it's jazzy in the chords that they're using, the rhythms that they're using. I'm amazed at this. And yet, it still has the vocal sauciness that we kind of come to expect from On and Off at this point. Someone's having fun with the head voice up there. And now we're getting like a disco string hits? Oh, and it keeps going. Wow. So did they just have a whole bunch of fuses and record spots around the world and they just kind of superimpose themselves on top of it? That's sick. Wait, that's such a cool concept for a Lockdown MV. What? That's so neat. Well done, On and Off. Well done, gentlemen. Well done, WM Entertainment. Oh my. That's so smart. And again, it's a song that's kind of cute. I mean, it's probably, like, immediately not as cutesy as My Name Is and On You, but it's still a very cute song that's gotten another MV for it. And it's, oh, TripAdvisor's very good. It's very good. And it's not one of those songs, like, on this album for me that's like, I love it because I can't help but smile along with it. I love it because of just how musically interesting this song is. And for, like, the usual level of musical interestingness that On and Off have with their music, this, like, clears it. And it's not even close. And that's saying something, because that original bar set by the rest of the On and Off discography is already very high. There's like a whole bunch of cool syncopated rhythms going on, separated left-right rhythmic stuff going on, the chords they're using. I don't think there was really ever a section where we got like your traditional 1-4-5-1 chord sequence at all. Like all the chords were a little bit modified. That has that little jazzy modifier stuff, like, you know, your add nines and your diminished fours or whatever it is. I'm not classically trained in like music theory and that side of stuff, so I don't know what the proper terminology for it is. Perhaps React to the K have listened to this album, because I know Umu is a big advocate of On and Off, and I know they've done this era of music. I'll have to kind of snoop around for that, because if they've done an album listen for this, I want to hear what they have to say about TripAdvisor. Oh yeah. They've made a song that's just so complex, but so easy to enjoy. And the fact that they got the fans involved with this too, oh, terrific song. Right, we gotta keep moving. 3 more songs to go. Track number 8, titled Feedback. Lyrics by Hwang Hyun, Kim Hae-ron of Monotree and Wyatt. Composition Hwang Hyun, Nobody, and Kim Hae-ron of Monotree with Hwang Hyun on arrangement. Okay, it looks like we're kind of bringing it down a little bit now.
I'm flying away.
It's kind of dreamy. And it's also got that kind of late night aesthetic to it. In terms of pacing, like the tempo, it feels similar to Thermometer, but the final sensation of it is entirely different because this doesn't give off Christmassy vibes to me at all. It's almost late night vibe, if that makes sense.
Just flying away.
So the harmonies, we're still getting them. Cool way of incorporating the title, little call and response. Okay, so even in a song like this, we get a proper Wyatt verse. We just get it in the bridge. It's so soft on the ears, isn't it? Man. Yeah, the late night vibe. The kind of, end of the day. I'm like imagining in terms of your dramas. This late night aesthetic is very much prominent in the drama OST realm. And I feel like we cover them a lot, mainly because I have a series on the channel called OST Saturdays, where we just go through a bunch of OSTs that get released throughout the week on Saturday. And this type of song usually, like I'd imagine, would go with a scene where maybe, it's been a really busy day and your protagonist is on screen, say, in a downtown apartment, say it's like a detective coming home from a long shift where they didn't find any answers, kind of just like dejectedly throw their suit jacket on the seat back of a chair and stand over their like window balcony looking out at the skyline. The sun's gone down a long time ago. You see the occasional lights on the skyscrapers. You see all the street lights and just standing there pondering life and how to proceed in this difficult case. It's got that kind of vibe to it. And I know it's a very specific mental image, but when a song can cook up a mental image like that, it's usually the sign of a good song for me. And yeah, Feedback, terrifically dreamy song. It's very mellow on the ears. Even though it's got a little bit of sharpness to it, it like that sharp sensation doesn't really make it to your ears. Your brain perceives it before your ears do, and that's really interesting to me. It's not a slow song by any means. It's not fast either, but there's songs that possess this late night vibe that's significantly slower than this. So like this is pretty snappy if we're looking at it in that kind of specific color of music. But you still get the standard spread of on and off traits in their songs, right? You get your vocal harmonies, you get your rap sections, you get your rather complex like blends of standard rhythm and syncopation, get your unisons, you get your solos, you get your vocal harmonies. It's and having a song like this now, I mean, knowing that the album is starting to wrap up, I get why this song is here. And I'm surprised that it took until now to get a kind of calmer song after Thermometer, because apart from Thermometer, this album has been a pretty upbeat album. And with On and Off, oftentimes you get the ballad right in the middle of the album. No, we haven't gotten anything slow since Thermometer. And Thermometer is not like a slow song at all either. We haven't even gotten a proper ballad yet. Right, one last song for the digital side of things. Of course, we have the CD exclusive song coming up after this, but track number 9, I.T.I.L.U, lyrics by One Star and Hwang Hyun on Mono Tree, same on composition and Hwang Hyun on arrangement. 4 minutes and 40 seconds, oh my goodness. Oh, well there's the ballad I was looking for. So it's an on and off album that finishes with a ballad. When was the last time that happened? 86-400? Huge reverb on the vocals. A little bit quiet. Not anymore.
내 두 볼을 꽉 꼬집어봐 My love, yes you are my star I think
Hello string section.
너 하나만 원해 Only you 저 하늘을 걸어 약속할게 우리 지금부터 영원해
눈앞에 있는데도 멀리 듯해 나비처럼 날아갈까 가만히 보고만 있네 그래도 조금 천천히
Again, it's kind of like My Name Is. You bring in the lower instruments for Wyatt. Yeah, because they cut the cellos off now that it's... That's you, isn't it? Yeah. Either way, they cut off the low string instruments as soon as Wyatt's done. They go hand in hand, right? Ah, so that's what the acronym stands for. I think I love you. Okay. Call me crazy. Is this the most amount of vibrato we've gotten from the guys? It's like 86-400. I feel like didn't have this much vibrato in it.
하게 돼서 다행이야 이쁜 꿈을 함께 꿀 수 있으니 달려갈게
Again, the shoulder strings go away for Wyatt. Oh man, they're really going with that. Wow. Finishing that bridge with that Hyojin high note and you slowly fade that out and replace it with the string section, with the shoulder strings. Exquisite.
하늘을 걸어 약속할게 우리 지금부터 영원해 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 영원해
영원해
Oh my god, Wyatt.
영원해
Wow. Has this just taken the crown for my favorite on and off ballad? It's so pretty. It's unbelievably pretty. And I have to put my hands up whenever we get a ballad that's got a heavy string presence to it. I'm gonna like it. As a violin player of... How many years did I play violin? From 4th grade through 2nd year of undergrad. Like 10, 11 years or something like that. I love stuff like this. And I love a really good ballad. We've kind of taken the best of both worlds. Having said that, what really sells I Think I Love You for me is the fact that this is essentially taken my favorite formula for an emotional ballad. One vocal, one acoustic instrument. Admittedly, because this is on and off we're talking about here, we get plenty more vocal parts than just a singular vocal. In the instrumental side of things, it's not just the one instrument. There's multiple acoustic instruments in the background. But predominantly, it's one vocal and that main piano in the instrumental part. I mean, eventually you kind of replace that piano with the string section. But the key point here is the acoustic element of that instrumental. And also the... what feels like an almost untouched vocal top line. Like, this feels essentially raw to the recording. Maybe they did some tweaking to like clip off the like breath intakes and stuff that's like up close and personal to the mic, or you know, pull the Taze on day and just like look away from the microphone to take a breath in. Stuff like that they might have, you know, done a little bit of fixing up so it's a lot smoother, but ultimately this feels untouched apart from the reverb. The instrumentals sound real. The instrumentals are all acoustic. This is the next best way to like really push the raw emotion in a ballad for me. They've retained the acousticness, just amplified the kind of meat of the instrumental part with more acoustic instruments. One of which is that string section, which very much plays into my hand. The vocal part, left apart from the reverb, essentially untouched, you get the true vocal experience, which already is brilliant. But then you get like the various different colors of the members' vocals on display. They're all super gentle and they're super pretty. When Hyojin gets up into that high note at the end of the bridge, it almost like sparkles. It's like a shooting star, the way it kind of like leaves a trail off at the end. It's got that kind of lingering effect to it. Having the strings kind of play into that vocal section, almost maintain like a relationship between the vocal performer and the string section. So kind of like what My Name Is, Wyatt is associated with the cello, Hyojin and Minkyun are associated with the violins up in their high section. It's stuff like that that's one, really smart, but two, makes the listening experience so interesting. Oh, spectacular. And yes, we have one more song, because thanks to the power of the internet, we have the CD version of the final track on the album, track number 11. So that track number 10 is the English version of Beautiful Beautiful, which we're skipping. Credits are exactly the same as the Korean version, which now takes us to track number 11 on the album. This isn't on streaming services, or at least not on the ones that I used, ergo Spotify. I have had to go on a YouTube search, and someone has ripped it. This also had or at least Light Song had a performance video, but it was only like a minute and something long, and it was definitely from way before this. I think it said on YouTube like at least 6 years ago. So we're just going to listen to the CD rip of it. Thank you to Miss Wumbo for the YouTube rip. So lyrics by Hwang Hyun and with Minkyun and Wyatt. Composition Hwang Hyun with Minkyun and Owe of Prism Filter. Arrangement Hwang Hyun and Owe. All right.
Lights on.
Love and life.
You and I. 하나 둘 켜지는 불빛 깊은 잠에 속되어 네 안에 가두어뒀던 오래된 그 진심을 Yeah, you're so beautiful. Yeah.
Why does this sound familiar? Yeah, it sounds really familiar. Wait. Oh, you know what? Is this their opening round song from Road to Kingdom? Talking about the song though, it's big, isn't it? It's punchy. I guess EDM style-wise, it's very similar to Secret Triangle, isn't it? That halftime chorus release. It's just this has a huge kind of like statement moment in that halftime chorus.
Dive into me.
The string section from Y. Oh, da 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 da. Oh, double time it. Hello. Wow. Okay, wait. That final chorus was really cool. He's like, oh, what was it? Hwang Hyun during Road to Kingdom, admittedly, I probably should have waited until we did the Road to Kingdom block to do this, but I've seen the on and off performances from Road to Kingdom, and they incorporate other bits of their other title tracks into their songs. So, like, what was it? New World had, like, We Must Love and something, I think. Their oh god, what was it? Their It's Raining cover had Complete woven into it, right? Stuff like that. Hwang Hyun kind of knows how to weave in other bits and elements of other songs into new ones, and to get both the string section from Y, but also the kind of beautiful call in that final chorus as well. is really cool. I love the fact that we got a double time final chorus. It's kind of the same comment I made about Secret Triangle. When it comes to like a big EDM song, that halftime slowdown into the heavy release, it's cool. But if the the beat that is established beforehand is really good, I want to hear the full speed version of that chorus, and we got both in Lights On. And that's a very tastefully done song. But I am pretty sure I've heard this. Is this the opening performance to On and Off and Road to Kingdom? Do let me know. I may or may not also be able to may or may not know by the time I upload this, but that's kind of a sneaky pick. That's a sleeper pick for a song B-side of the album. Huh. Finished on good time as well because my allergy meds are, I think, starting to wane off from yesterday because I was too lazy to take any this morning. This album is terrific. There's so much energy in this album. The fact that you don't really get, I mean, going Beautiful Beautiful to My Name Is, you have just full on energy and then full on cutesiness, right? Kind of reset, kind of cleanse the palate a little bit with Thermometer. And then you kind of start ramping up the energy back up again with like Secret Triangle. And then once you get to songs like Feedback and I Think I Love You, we're starting to turn down the energy again. And with Feedback and I Think I Love You being the final like new songs on the album, them being the kind of calm ones makes sense. Typical pop albums will end the album with the kind of ballad or the softer song so that the kind of energy curve of the album can naturally come back down to the ground. Yes, the English version of Beautiful Beautiful comes afterwards, but again, in my mind, I don't really count language remakes in that. So, in my brain, I'm thinking this album ends with I Think I Love You. Well, of course, the CD version has Lights On, and Lights On is kind of a different entity altogether, really. And I know with the album listed, we use the repackaged version of it. It's not like it's really any different because it's the repackage. The new songs are always at the beginning. But the fact that My Name kind of doesn't follow the, what do you call it, the on and off album sequence in the same way is really cool to me. Because like studio length album, you have a lot more songs to choose from. You have a lot more song slots to fill in. You can do a lot of cool things with it. And boy, did they do a lot of cool things with it. We still got the softer song in that third song slot, which is such an interesting thing that On and Off do. Because this happens a lot. That soft song being in song slot number 3. And even with an 11-track album, we still got that soft song in slot number 3. We just got a lot of high energy stuff in between. Oh, excuse me, in between track number 3 and whatever final song was. But wow, that's impressive. And you know what? I see why they've got their first album, or not their album, their first song win with this. It's Beautiful Beautiful is a terrific song, but the album itself is also just terrific. I might still prefer, like, if I have to choose favorite album, I might still prefer, well, what was it? Did I say Skunk the Spinoff was my favorite album, early album up until that point? Oh, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. I might still put Spinoff above My Name just because I have more mileage out of Spinoff at this point. But My Name very well could develop into that top on and off album slot. I guess they're earlier on and off albums. Beautiful Beautiful is just a masterpiece, though. But B-side of the album, I feel like My Name Is a bit of a cop-out answer because I also knew the song. So if I'm going to choose any of the new ones, I'll probably say On You, TripAdvisor, or I Think I Love You. It's any of those 3 can take B-side of the album for me. And yeah, that's terrific. Let's talk about some admin stuff, because we have... Well, let's see. We just did On and Off My Name Is, or My Name. Next album is City of On and Off, the repackage, which only has 3 new songs on it. It's got Ugly Dance, it's got My Genesis, and it's got The Dreamer. So, depending on what my real life schedules are like next Sunday, we may only do 3 songs on the album listen. Having said that, if we have time, we may just do Popping. Now, we may get 2 albums next week. We may get City of On and Off and Popping, both on the same week. Which in that case, I'm trying to think. So July's a little bit of a weird time for me. So next week is the 7th, July 7th. So if we do 2 albums on July 7th, the 14th will be Goosebumps, and then we'll have to take a little bit of a break. I think we could pre-record the storage of On and Off somewhere in that week, but I am gone on a research trip from the 20th to the 28th, so I'm missing 2 Sundays. In fact, I think I'm coming back like the morning of the 29th. So I'm gonna be away for that. Thankfully, though, or I should say, luckily, Storage of On and Off is the last like album we have to do because I've already done Love Effect and we've already done Beautiful Shadow. So once we finish Storage of On and Off, we get to move on to OSTs, special singles, Japan, the Japanese stuff, and Road to Kingdom. So I'll ask this probably during Poppin' or Popping, Goosebumps, or Storage of On and Off. Start thinking about what order you want to see the last little bits and pieces of the On and Off album, but that's all the admin stuff out of the way. I've kept you here for long enough. It has been over an hour and 15 minutes, so I'm going to wrap it up here. No sneeze. Okay. Let me try that again. I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you for listening along with me, being patient with me on my very long-winded rambling this week. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did, because this album is terrific. This group is terrific. Anyways, one last request from me today. Let's work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world, whether it be checking with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, or even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day to day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!